All right, guys, welcome back here. All right, good to see everyone back. We're going to do a little bit of a June recap, and I want to spend about 15 minutes recapping some of the statistics, recapping some of the bigger lessons, and then I want to, right at the end, well, not really right at the end, but after the stats on the day trading, the swing trading, I want to talk a little bit about where we have come or how far we've come from the last year $25,000 challenge, because this is around the time when we stopped the challenge in June. I think it was like mid-June, but it was just right around this time. So I want to do a little bit of, I don't know what to say, just a little bit of retrospect or we've been getting a lot of questions lately, what's been going on with the 25K challenge, what happened, or, what's the latest news on that? We ended it a long time ago, so I figured, we should probably do a video that might be a good little summary, not really a summary, but just a little timestamp on that one. So let's switch over to the screens now, or the trading chart, and in the last 15 minutes, I will only spend 15 minutes on the stats and the 25K challenge. The last 15 minutes, I'm going to let you guys do a little bit of a Q&A and pick my brain, or throw any questions you have at me. Let me get rid of this disclaimer, and let's go ahead and start off here going through the trade calendar to May. Here it is. May was a little bit of a choppy month, but that's fine. So this is the trade calendar on TradeJournal, where I document my trades. What you can kind of see here right off the bat is that May, if you guys remember, April was a slow month. It was a, one step forward, one step back month. It was very, very slow. March was a really good month. I think we made like almost $15,000 day trading in March. And then April was like, 1,000 or 1.5 thousand. And then May, it wasn't nearly as slow as April. So that was nice, but it was still overall, we weren't getting huge momentums. Most mornings, we'd have like a 10%, 15% gapper. Usually I'm not even trading until we have a 40% gapper. So that just kind of puts in perspective. On a good day, I'm doing like 20, 25 trades. You can see here on Wednesday, we had almost 20 trades, but most days, 2 trades, 3 trades. It was just, it was not that great, which is fine. It is what it is. If we come here to my overall stats, this is for May with the unlimited and swing trading account. We made $4.3 thousand. I should have just not traded Friday. I gave back profits unnecessarily on Friday, but yeah, it was okay. You can never complain about being green. I still have no red month, knock on wood, since ending the 25K challenge. So it's been, well over a year now. Oh, actually, well, yeah, about a year. So that's good. But yeah, just, overall kind of a slow month. You can see here with my average win, average losses, my risk reward ratio. It's, it could be, it's okay. 1 to 1.5, 1.1 to 1.5. So that's actually pretty okay. Especially as a day trader, that's actually not too bad. But here, my total winners, 63%. Usually a better month, you'll be seeing something towards 70%, something north of 70%. So it's a little bit slower overall. Yeah, profit margin around 40%. That ideally should be over 50%. So yeah, and then you can also see here with my average position value. So this is how much the dollar amount of my position is about 8.6. In February and March, for example, we were using $13,000, and my goal was to get to $20,000 the next month. But then everything dried up for a few weeks, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to use big size right now until the markets come back. Right now, OEG today, big gapper around 70%. So this one, that's signs that we're getting a little bit more action going on here. So let me do a little bit of forecasting of what I'm looking for. I think personally, June, it's going to be time to get a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, we don't know, but it's been 2 slow months now, just like last year was 2 slow months. So we'll see. I think there's a good chance that June's going to be a little bit more aggressive. So I have to get in the mindset of just taking action here. Because in the past, I would just kind of stop trading and I had low trading volume, as you see here with the Google Calendar. So I think now in June, we could start getting a little bit more aggressive. I think that's kind of what my plans are here. Like I was saying, I was pretty much giving up before the day even really started. I was like, we're getting like not even 20% gapper. I think I'm just going to more or less call it, which is fine. We were in a small cap lull, so I don't really regret anything at all. because I also could have lost a lot of money, right? By not trading, I also avoided a lot of losers. However, you don't make money by not trading. So May was a little bit of one of those months. It's like, should I trade? Should I give this 20% gap a chance? And then most of the time I was just like, nah, no, it's not for me. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna trade longer once it's looking good. And then, we started wrapping up the streams closer to 10 o'clock because I was just like, I'm not seeing activity. Yeah. Let's see here. One thing that was good is the fact that I was able to do a little bit more research. So this is the day trading stats here. You can see here, we only made about almost $3,000 with day trading alone. And the rest of that was from swing trading. So it was actually kind of okay because we were able to spend more time researching. You probably noticed I came out with a lot more videos in May because I was like, oh man, I'll pre-market. I'm not doing anything. So I started to research all the swing trades a little bit more, come out with some more videos. And I think that was kind of fun. And I definitely want to continue doing that. I think one thing I've really realized, and not just last month, but for the last year plus, is there'll be, let's say, a nice big leg to the upside, and that front side move is where I make all my money, and then it starts consolidating, and then I start losing money. So really, I should only be trading like 30-45 minutes pre-market, probably at most. So kind of realizing that, and then being like, okay, I got my money for today, let's work on something else, work on maybe a little bit more research. I think is something I want to keep doing. It's easier said than done because with trading, you're always like, if you're sitting down to trade, you feel like you should be trading. So it's always a really, really hard thing here to walk away, let's say, from the trading day. But yeah, with my day trading, my average win-loss ratio, risk reward, is negative. So you could really see in May, I was really turning my wheels. It wasn't, so the stats here was actually with the swing trading included. So I was like, wait, it can't be that good. So I was like, that's actually better than I thought. Yeah, so that was with the swing trade included. Now, without the swing trades, the risk reward ratio got a little bit worse. But yeah, my overall win ratio, 63% roughly, that one's pretty consistent. Ideally, like I said before, I want to see that over 70%. And then if we go here to the stats with the swing trading, small sizes on my swing trades, I only did a few, very, very small size. But the profit margin was really, really nice on these. And, we closed out IPOE. This was a nice 20% profit. We closed out Space, 30% profit. MNMD, 15-16% profit. We still have several swing trades open. And you guys know it's been a little bit of a swing trade lull as well. So let me talk about what I have in store or kind of planned for June here a little bit. Because right now we have way too many swing trades open, and a lot of them were SPACs, which you guys know it's been a little bit of a disaster with the SPACs. So what I want to do a little bit is consolidate my swing trades a little bit more. I did realize when I have more than 10, plus swing trades open, I kind of start losing an overview. I don't have the time to be up to date with each one, and that's not really ideal because I want to be managing these positions a little bit more. That's the whole point. We have a Roth IRA for swing trades. So really, I would like to consolidate it and bring it below 5 swing trades and keep managing those positions a little bit more. I think IPOE is a perfect example where, actually, let me just go to it as a quick example here. We had a nice little rally. Wait, let me go to a 15-minute, 1 hour. Let me just do the one. Yeah, let me do the 1 hour. So we had a huge rally here, around like 53% or so. And I ended up taking profits because I was watching IPOE a lot. I knew what was going on with this one, but I knew I also wanted to be part of the swing trade into the merger. So I actually ended up buying this one back. So just with a few swing trades, but you're actively watching them, is a little bit better than having too many and losing overall focus with it. So IPOE is a perfect example. Now you can see that we own SoFi here, and you can see that our account was merged over to the SoFi shares. So yeah, that's a little bit of an example of what I want to be doing, just kind of focusing on less, but more intensely on what we already have, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Let's see if what's next here. One thing I do plan is that SPACs right now, they're getting a little bit more energy back after the SEC ruled that warrants are liabilities on the balance sheet. It's maybe not the greatest result, but I think it doesn't really matter because the markets just don't like uncertainty. It doesn't really matter what the reality is as long as, it's black and white and the markets can kind of adjust based on that, right? That's what they like. They don't like a big question mark. So I think ever since the SEC kind of came out with that ruling, some of the SPACs came back a little bit. We had a nice successful merger with IPOE. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more light come back to SPAC. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I want to make more videos on the current SPACs that we are holding. I know on our live stream today we did talk a little bit about SPACs as well, and just some of our swing trades. I see some questions coming in, really nice. I'll answer those in a second. Let me just cover the last topic here in like the next 2-3 minutes. And that is what happened to the $25,000 challenge. I know this is a hot topic. So right now in TradeJournal, we are missing the insights page, which is going to be covering, which is going to have a nice P&L chart, right? More or less. And it's going to have many other charts as well. That's coming, but it's not here yet. So I was like, how can I quickly show this? So I remembered I had an account with Profitly. Wow, this is an old account. So I went ahead, uploaded all my trades to Profitly really quickly because I know Profitly has a P&L chart. And here you can see it. So let me quickly break this down just a little bit. This should be, yeah, this is the date. Yeah, this date range is actually not even right. Anyway, you can kind of see it here. So we started the 25K challenge in 2019. It was like in November, sometime here. And we instantly had a big old red trade to start it off with. I think it was horrible. It was like an overnight. It was ridiculous. And then I was like, okay, well, I know what I'm doing. I don't know why I did that trade. So let me come out with my, I don't know, a little bit more of a specific plan. And if you guys remember, that is right around the time we came out with this video here. Where is it? Oh, you have to be unsubscribed probably. Let me see, 25K challenge, Alex Winkler. Let's see what happens. That's when we came out with this video. Wow, we're almost at 10,000 views on this video. How to grow a small account. Because I've done it many times in the past. I used to be a full-time day trader years ago before basically putting a hold on it for like 2-3 years because I was doing some other things. And then when I kind of slowed down my traveling, that's the other stuff I was doing along with my software company. I was like, let me get back into day trading. I loved it. So that was kind of when I made this video. And basically, we were outlining the strategy we were going to use. And let's come back to Profitly. So that's when we were building the small account. I think we went from $4,000 to around $8,000. It was, or like even not more, like $9,000 or something like that. It was slow because we were limited to 3 trades per day, the way I set my account up. I basically divided my whole entire portfolio up into 6 different amounts. So let's say by the time I had $6,000, I would trade $3,000 per day, $1,000 per trade. That way, when it took 48 hours because of the pattern day trader rule, so I could trade it again on, let's say, 3,000 trades or 3 trades on Monday and then 3 trades on Wednesday. And the 3 trades from Monday, I could then trade again on Wednesday. So I was alternating it. And it was stressful because, sometimes pre-market, we'd have great opportunities, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to trade because maybe we're going to have a great open, and then we had a bad open, and then I had FOMO because I didn't trade, and then I would trade worse patterns, and then I would trip over myself, and I wouldn't cut my losses quick enough. So it was slow and tedious and annoying. And I think after it was like 7 months or so, we more than doubled our account, our 25K challenge account. But I was like, okay, well, I think we proved what we wanted to prove, that it's possible. We were consistent. We were very consistent besides April and May. Those were obviously the 2 slow months. So then in June, we switched over to the unlimited account. I went ahead, converted it to an unlimited account. And there you can see we were doing pretty much exactly the same stuff without the stress of the pattern day trader rule. And that's where we've been growing our account pretty consistently here. Right now we're out $82,000. So it's been going really, really nice, almost perfect linear originally. This was like almost a perfect linear line. And then April came, and then May came, and that was just like tons of like churning. It was just so much back and forth. It was so slow. So that was a little bit stressful. But I think June it's going to start clearing up again, and then hopefully we're going to start this second rally here, because see this like lull right here. This was exactly the same May April, May the year before. So it's funny how similar it is. I mean, it's just mind-blowing how similar it is. Also, guys, if you want to kind of get a little recap here, just go to, you can, I'll post this in the comment below, but a little recap over the post version basically of this video if you guys are curious, right on TradeJournal as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to share. The biggest lessons, I think that we covered is if it's not a hot market, there's no reason to push it. So I think I did exactly the right thing in May, just by kind of letting the market do what it wants and then just waiting for it to get hot again. It's a bit of a luxury that, you like not everyone could afford. I know when I was doing the 25K challenge, I was also like, I want the market to be hot because I want to do this challenge, right? So I think that's a really hard thing with day trading, is like to have these arbitrary rules and goals, because at the end of the day, you can only do kind of what the market gives you sometimes. And that's why I'm a little bit paused off right now. And I think that's the best thing you can be doing. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy overall. But I'm excited for it to be hot again because, geez, it's been a little bit slow lately. Yeah. What's up, guys? Let me answer some questions here. Abdul is wondering, why don't you 10x your position so you could have made $40,000? I think the answer is pretty simple. Like, I like scaling slowly. I like to, we moved up from $5,000 position sizes to $10,000 position sizes. It took me a while to get comfortable with $15,000 position sizes. I still poop myself a little bit when I'm at $20,000. I'm like, because every percent is, every percent up and down on that position is what used to be like a phenomenal green day back when I was trading with $2,000 position sizes. So it's a bit of a psychological thing. I feel like if you grow too fast, you're going to start tripping over yourself and it's going to be a little bit painful. Kelvin's wondering, do you have a tutorial for TradeJournal? TradeJournal does have a few tutorials. If you just go to YouTube and just type in, I don't know, TradeJournal and then like Alex Winkler, because I come out with a few videos about TradeJournal. You can see there's a few videos here on TradeJournal. There's going to be a few more. Wow, look at me in this video. I look like freaking crack baby. There's going to be a few TradeJournal specific videos coming out. So there's a few places where I've had questions. There's been so many changes on TradeJournal lately. I didn't want to do like a video on something that I know is going to change soon. But right now it's really coming together in terms of styling very well. And I don't think we're going to change too much going forward. So for example, here on the import page, there's been kind of a few questions coming out on this page alone. I do have a few videos on how to import TradeJournal, import your trades from TD Ameritrade. You can see that right here. So there are videos already on TradeJournal, but there's going to be a few question mark icons with videos specific to specific areas. So the import wizard here, this button right now is not clickable unless you import transactions from your broker. Right now we have a little disclaimer here that tells people that, but in the future I also want to have a video link as well. And there's going to be a separate TradeJournal YouTube channel where I'm going to upload 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute long videos that go over specific topics. That's planned definitely this summer. We'll probably start pooping those out for sure. Gonzalez wondering, when you were limited to day trader rules, what kind of risk ratio were you looking for? What kind of gains were you looking for per trade? I think that's, it's a good question, but it was also like the biggest problem. Like I was looking for like 3, 4, 5% minimum, and that like a base hit to me is like 2.53%. So I was always looking for like a good borderline home run trade, right? And that doesn't happen all the time. So I'd end up tripping over myself. And that was the big problem with the pattern day trader rule. I would hold on to losers too long and I wouldn't take profits on winners because I was like, maybe this 5% trade is going to be an 8% trade. And it's the only trade I got left. And then what do you know? It actually went down and then I would close it for a 1% loss. And that was like a common theme with my day trading, pattern day trader rule. Is just so stressful. I would honestly say with the challenges, just lock in profits when you can. Sandros is wondering if I like the challenge I got out of the pattern day trader challenge, the 25K challenge, and would I ever do it again? Um, it at first I really liked it, but at one point it just became like it was like, ugh. It's like having a bike with training wheels. At first, it's like, I love my training wheels. I don't want to take them off. But at one point, it was like, take these things off because they're the only thing that's holding me back. And that's how the pattern day trader rule was a little bit. Although I feel like it was never nice to begin with. It was just always bad because it was always holding you back. But yeah, I don't know. Would I do it again? Whew, I really don't know. Maybe at one point. But I would probably do it the way Ross Cameron did it, where I fund, let's say, Lightspeed offshore margin account, and then I could use 100% margin on a $2,000 position, and I would probably do it like that. And the downside to that is you're going to be paying high commissions, right? You're paying commissions per trade. So you don't really want to do that unless you kind of know what you're doing, I feel like. What's up, Lance? Happy to hear, man. I appreciate it. Norman's wondering, do I have a video that explains how to strategically reset your portfolio for swing trades? I have all my swing trades in a separate portfolio, so it doesn't affect it. And that's why right here under stats, I can select my portfolio. Do I want to see my stats on my day trading or my swing trades? But I'm not sure if that answers your question. But yeah, like closing out, swing trades. Like technically, if I just closed out all my swing trades right now, it would have been a red month because I think we're still down a few $1,000s on my swing trade portfolio. But that's fine. That's swing trades they're a whole different nugget. Maybe we'll dive more into swing trades, but I feel like there's still a lot more value I can bring probably for day trading specifically. And then eventually we'll probably keep talking about swing trades more and more. Yeah, Omar, with the swing trades, yeah, like I said, we'll definitely talk more about those down the road. But usually all my swing trades, I have I'm pretty comfortable holding them about 2 months. After 2 months, I'm like, something's clearly going wrong. I'm looking for momentum for swing trades. So, a hot industry with a catalyst. So a swing trade with macro and micro news, right? Like space, for example, that company is in a hot industry. But at the same time, that company will come out with a lot of news. Like they just had their first flight, human space flight, for example. But yeah, we'll definitely dive more into swing trades as we go. But stay tuned to the videos we come out with because we've been coming out with a lot more swing trade videos. Yeah, Lance is wondering how I stick to my stop on the day. Um, I don't know. I feel like I just have other things to do. Like my life doesn't revolve around trading, which I'm sure it sure seems like it probably from a YouTube perspective. But you know, after the market open, I get some trades in. Like I have other things to do, and I know that if I just keep trading, I'm going to lose money. So it's like such a bad formula. The more you work, the more money you lose. So get in, get out. I don't know. I think Tim Sykes says, pretend you're a retired trader. You only trade if you have to, and that's if there's a perfect setup. So, for me, I have my 10% rule. If I'm down 10% of my average position size, which for this month is not a lot, but yeah. So if I'm down 10% of $8,600, which is $860, I'm done for the day. I can no longer trade. It's that simple. When did I reach my first 100,000? With day trading, I'm not sure if I did ever reach like 100,000 in like one, I don't know, 1 month or like one clear streak of trading because it was always spotty. I was like really hardcore day trading when I lived in New York City, but then I would take a few months off and then I would trade again. And like, I don't think on my like brokerage statement, for example, it was like, 100K for, this time. But technically, we will hit 100K probably in the next few months. You just never know. But again, this was pretty much like all 2020. So hopefully we're going to start having like, $20,000-$30,000 months as I increase my position size. And then as our swing trades scale up, that should hopefully, go along the same route. Yeah. Any must-read literature before starting to day trade? Gonzalo, that's good that you have the kind of legal background for sure. Might help you dive into a little bit more company research and tax stuff. But actually, let me see, Amazon. I actually have a whole entire video about about my trading reading list. Treading. First, I need to learn how to spell. Reading, day trading. Yeah, here's 7 books I recommend. This was when I was in Portugal, Peniche. This is a big problem with me. I'm always in some random location, which is totally distracting when you're trying to build a company and trade. Also, I have a shop here where I kind of share my lists. So I share like my office equipment, for example. I also share my reading list. These are some books I recommend. They're not all on day trading, but there's some definitely that are day trading focused. But I feel like a lot of them are, day trading itself isn't really that hard. Like technical analysis is pretty simple. It's really a lot about like psychology, exactly what Lance was saying with, how do I stop trading when I'm red, for example, right? So there's a lot of books that kind of like give a little bit of psychology. Stillness is the Key by Ron Holiday. That's a really good one. Factfulness I found was really good. A recent read of mine. I'm actually reading Meditations right now. Really heavy. Well, it's like a history book. Extreme Ownership. This book is really good. I mean, it's a lot of psychology. Chart candlestick charting. I think this is really good. You want to know chart candles inside out. That's the best part about, or that's the most part about day trading. Candlesticks, you got to know them like the back of your hand. This is Ross Cameron's book right here, How to Day Trade. This is really good. I've read this one 3 times. I'll probably read it again. I like reading books multiple times. I try to like not read too many books, but like read the same books or like read the books in my field many times. I want to like perfect something. And I mean, I do read a lot of books, but sometimes I'm like, oh, let me not, take on too much random noise knowledge, and let me just, get good at a few things. Yeah. So this is what I recommend for my reading list. Again, Alex Winkler day trading reading list on what's it called, on YouTube, and you'll find it as well. Yeah, exactly, Lance. That's exactly it. Day trading is just, if I wasn't streaming, there's a good chance I would only day trade for like 30, 45 minutes a day. I mean, think about that. I probably would have made more money last month if I traded less, because I usually when I start the stream, my trading goes south very quickly, because I'm probably thinking about way too many different things. I'm answering questions, yada yada. So I would probably only trade pre-market, and that's it. And so that's like 30, 45 minutes day trading. So like there's not a lot of jobs you can work such a small amount of time and make like, north of $10,000 a month, which most likely will be my average, knock on wood, for 2021. Yeah, Lance. Yeah, I've noticed with the running P&L tab on TradeJournal that let's see me go. For some reason this running P&L chart is messing up. I don't know. There must have been an update where it's skewed, but I've noticed that like red days are red, like they continue to be red from the beginning. And I have this kind of like this psychology now, or like this psychological, like, I don't know, gap in my head where I start feeling it's a red day. And then if I just have one good trade, I'll like call it. I'm like, boom, you know what? Like, this is as good as it gets. It's like my trading, my personality, my skills are like, sometimes they're like a red day where it's like a chart pattern that's in a downwards trend, right? So I'm just like, okay, I'm in a downwards trend. I'm just going to cancel it. But sometimes I'm like, I have a green mindset, and I'm just like, the more I trade, the more money I make. So like, realize which day you're in. It's hard, especially if you're new, because like, it's so stressful to like stop trading or stop, working, because if it's your job, it's like, you don't just, if you have like a 9 to 5 job, you don't just like, oh, okay, like, I don't feel like working, or, it's not working for me today, so I'm just going to leave the office. Like, it's just, life doesn't work like that. So it's like, day trading is a lot of times like really trying to figure out how to make it work for you. And the thing is, like, whatever works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you either, because we're all so different. So I think that's a big part about day trading. That's why I never like to tell someone what to do with their trading. Figure it out for yourself, because maybe the exact opposite of what I do is like what you need to do. Yeah, Lance. Nice. VWAP. VWAP came out with a little few books he's sharing here. I'll just, actually, you guys are going to see this if you're watching a playback, but here, I'll just post them here. Wisdom of Crowds by James Surowiecki. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The Art of Strategy by Dixit and Nalabuff. What kind of names are these? These are the craziest names I've ever seen. Yeah, Lance, gotcha. Well, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up here. I wanted to keep it a little bit more short and sweet for anyone watching this on playback. I appreciate the questions, guys. There were some great questions coming in here. Obviously, if you missed it, you could always ask questions in the comments below, or just on the stream, guys. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really do appreciate it. Let's pray to baby Jesus that June is going to be a little bit more exciting. June, I hope, but nothing is guaranteed, guys. So if it's not, whatever, it is what it is. More swing trading, I guess. More research time. Eventually, the market's going to get hot again. In the meantime, you guys, day trade some crypto, I guess, because that's pretty hot. All right, guys. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. So I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades, and good luck if you're going to keep trading OEG, because that ticker is on fire today. Peace out, guys. Ciao.